So what we discussed, does anybody remember? Would you like to share? Ashtanga Yoga. Okay. Anything else? Very good. What are they? Very good. Remember what are that? Some example we discussed also. Okay. We'll discuss today a little bit further. So we saw also that who is the doer? So we are not body, we are soul. So who is doing? Soul is doing or body is doing? Soul is doing. Soul is doing. But body is the medium is there. But why soul has to suffer? Okay. Without soul, body cannot do anything. So we saw that three doer. We saw body is not doing, soul is also not doing. Then Prakriti, the three modes we saw. Somebody is acting as. Like remote car, you see. Like the car cannot go on its own. It cannot think how to go. Someone is operating. So like this, somebody is operating as. Is he doing? That is remote cause. Or above him there is God, superior cause. So if God is doing it, God is doing it, God is ready to take that sinful activity. Because it is said now, without the permission of God, nothing will happen. Even though if you want to have something, if you desire something also, like you want to become some rich person, unless until Lord doesn't sanction, you cannot become. Log itna, they work so hard, but still they cannot become rich. You see coolie in railway station. So much heavy things they will lift and they go. And some people you see they just sit in some marketing or something like that. They don't much do. Sometimes it's a click. He might have invested in some places. But then it zooms. It goes up like anything, then he will become rich person. The same way some person it goes down also. So there's sanction. Lord has to sanction. So when Lord will sanction, on what basis? Yeah. Payas, punya. Itna punya hai. So the question comes then, this Lord is then this Lord is ready to accept that karma then. Because Supreme Cause is he is only sanctioning. So this verse comes like that. In this section, this is the last verse. Nadatte kasyachit papam nachaiva sukritam vibhu ajnanena vritam jnanam tena muyanti jantava. Here it is, Lord is telling. Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. So Lord is also not accepting. Embodied being. Embodied means we are this body. Embodied. We are trapped in this body, embodied being. However, are bewildered because of the ignorance which covers the real knowledge. So here it is given who is cause of our suffering is our ignorance. We saw that cycle. Anybody remember why we are suffering? You why we are suffering? We saw that cycle. Huh? I think I have that slide. Yeah. Why we are suffering? Because of sinful activity. We perform some sin. Like we are suffering. There are suffering also three types are there, Anybody remember? This very old topic. Three types of suffering we get. Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika. Adhyatmika means suffering happens in our body and mind. Kuch health issues aate logon ko. Some people they have good health, but their mind always troubles. They behave some differently. So that is Adhyatmika. Suffering causes through body and mind. This suffering happens because of we troubled others. We troubled others, that same suffering is coming. Then Adi Bhautika. Suffering due to other living entities. One is within our body, is other living entities. Other living entities, can you give some example? Okay, family members. Okay. Neighbors. Not only human being, corona, small virus. Because malaria, dengue, like mosquitoes are also there. This is other living entity. So then Adi Daivika. Adi Daivika means natural calamities like flood, hurricane, earthquake. This is because of natural calamities. So this type of three problems we cannot avoid. So this problem is happening because same way we troubled others. So that's why it is coming to us. So because of sinful activity we perform, we are suffering. So why the sinful activity we are performing? Because of desire. We desire wrong thing only always. Good thing we don't desire. Come for temple morning, our evening class is there. No, we have to go for movie. I have to go for party. Because desire is there. We cannot control it. उधर जाएंगे मजा लगेगा इधर आएंगे क्या बोलेंगे हरे कृष्णा हरे राम हमेशा वही बोलते हैं so that's what mind says mind doesn't leave us so why mind is telling like this because of ignorance means no knowledge we don't have knowledge about what is real we think I am this body so there is connection what is that ignorance here it is there the ignorance which covers the real knowledge. So what is knowledge then? What is the real knowledge means? Exactly. Who am I? So generally, if someone asks who am I, we say, I am so and so. I am Suraj, Sardul. So we say, कौन बात कर रहे हैं? हम बोलते नहीं आत्मा बात कर रहा हूँ. बोलते हैं हमें सार्दुल सर किस नाम ही लेते हैं. So because we so much identify with body. So what is this three castes? Like who is doing? Someone keeps bomb and then remote bomb. So the bomb blasts. So the bomb blasts because of someone pressed the button. So now who is the problem? Who is the cause? Because the bomb blasted, 10 people died. So can we punish the bomb? We cannot punish first of all. Bomb को कितना भी मारो कुछ problem नहीं. When someone has pressed the button, that is the remote is the cause, right? Because so if you don't press the button, then bomb will not blast. So can you punish that remote? And who has pressed that is superior cause, ultimate cause. So similarly, you see in our life also there is immediate cause is there. Something happens, then we will suffer. क्यों हो रहा है वो क्यों हो गया मुझे क्यों हो रहा है इनको क्यों नहीं हुआ so problem is if I suffer non issue but why he is happy that is so much trouble us we are so much suffering because he is happy so that is immediate cause people suffer because of ignorance so one who is in knowledge he will understand I perform some wrong activity that's why that suffering is coming so it is not we are going to suffer always it is a cycle you suffer and you enjoy you suffer enjoy so nothing is permanent in this world Krishna says in second chapter 14th verse that things keeps on comes and goes. So we cannot do anything for that. Just we can tolerate, but we can come out from that. So what we have to do for that? We should not do any sinful activity for that. So here difference is given. What is soul and what is super soul? Both are eternal. Eternal means permanent. Body is temporary, but soul is permanent. So we have two souls within our body. Two souls are there. Yeah. One soul is we ourselves. Another one is Lord. Lord also residing within us. He is the one who is victimizing the activity, whatever we are doing. Here you do some wrong activity, you give some bribe, and you can come out. So police will not catch you because we have given bribe. But Lord is not like that. He will note down everything. When the correct time comes, the punishment will be given. So that soul is blissful, but suffers when covered by Maya. Covered by Maya means that is what ignorance. We think I am this body. So as soon as you think I am this body, you are suffering. So for that, one good example is given that how I am suffering, how this body is suffering. when someone is sleeping, so he has some dream. So in the dream, some bad dream he is having, some tiger is chasing, some thief is coming and trying to stab him. That time you shout, right? Shout and wake up. Someone is trying to stab you. You shout and wake up. But as soon as you get up, you think, oh, it is dream only. Nothing happened. तो थोड़ा पानी पी के थोड़ा आराम से सो जाएंगे है कि नहीं but it is false right this is not true but you are thinking that is true that's why you suffer similarly this body is false but you think now I am this body that's why whatever happens to this body we are suffering when as soon as you get up you wake up then you everything you understood oh I am not this you might be king also in dream sometimes right he will be sleeping in platform but he will be dreaming I am a king. So they are taking in some palanquin. But as soon as get up, same platform right. So similarly, he got up and he saw there is no tiger, no thief. So he is right. Similarly, we have to wake up from this knowledge. I am not this body. I am soul. When we realize that, then we don't suffer. So that is covering Maya means. So in super soul is above the modes. We are under three modes. This three mode is the remote pass. किसी को मालूम क्या three mode मतलब? Sorry? Yeah. Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamagun. So as a soul, we are only cognizant of this body. We are aware of this body only. We don't have that full knowledge also what is happening in this body. Of course, I know what I am thinking. Yes, about this body. Here I am getting pain. I can understand. Here I am getting pain. Hand is paining, leg is paining. But Lord is aware of all the bodies. Because He is situated as a Paramatma. And He is inside and He can understand everyone. Then we are Anu, very small. We have very less knowledge. Lord is Vibhu, very big. And He has complete knowledge. And we have very minute independence. We also have independence, but very minute. Very minute, how it is, you see this cow. Cow is tied with the pole, right? And the rope is there. Now, the cow is independent or not? It is independent because how much there is limited. It can go through. How much there is 2 meters rope is long, then 2 meter diameter, the cow can roam anywhere. You cannot go beyond that. Similarly, we are also tied. कभी 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 पूरा खेत में ही छोड़ देते खेत में लॉक कर देते within that field the cow can roam anywhere it cannot go beyond that similarly forest also bound we cannot go beyond that has mind desire but is dependent upon super soul to fulfill desire he has that mind independent he can desire through that anything you can do good also you can do bad also so that's why it has to be sanctioned by Lord unless until the Lord doesn't give we cannot get I want to become first. We study very hard, but finally we cannot become. Or you may become first also, everything you will do very nicely, college, school, everything, but we may not get job. Because this all reason behind it is that sanction has to be done. So for that sanction, that good karma should be there. Okay. Not that the Lord sees anyone sinful or pious, but this is done. Okay, Lord is very lovable, right? He loves everyone. So why he is punishing? The question will come, right? Why Lord punishing if he is loving? Of course, he is loving. How we can understand? Even a person is there, he doesn't like God. Many atheists are there. They chastise, blame God also. But still, they are getting every needs, right? Oxygen, water, food, rain, sunlight. It's not some scientist is creating and giving. It's given by God. No one can stop it also. No one can create it also. It is given by God. But why there is punishment there? Any idea? You can speculate also, even if it is wrong, no problem. Yeah. We are all that. So, that's not only if we do not do this in like we not get yeah, it is something like government is there. citizens we are. So when we do some wrong activity, there is a jail. So the punishment is given. But punishment is not to trouble you, to teach you or to change you. You should not do the things. So only Lord gives small punishment. Or sometimes even you see mother, कभी-कभी बच्चे कुछ it become very naughty the child. Then the mother will beat also the child. It is not the mother is beating the child and mother doesn't love the child. You are not listening me, go away. ऐसा नहीं. मारते फिर भी लेते. ओ मार दिया मेरे बच्चे को. थोड़ा उसको लगता है. So similarly the mother child, the Lord also gives the punishment that way. So Lord awards through demigods. So who doesn't know who is demigod means? Gods, demigods. So who knows? Except Krishna. Demigod is like now government is there, prime minister is there. It is like we can say Krishna. So under government, under prime minister, there are so many chief ministers. Under chief minister, there are many ministers. Then maybe collectors. Then above, well, prime minister is for one country. Chief minister is for one state. So then collector is for one district, right? Then above collector, maybe this taluka, police station may come. So like this, many people are there under him. So he doesn't go and do anything. He just orders. It has to be done. Tomorrow the petrol price should be increased to 10 rupees. That's it. Then everything will be executed. The executor is demigod. But they cannot take any decision. So they will execute according to your karma, whatever you did, they can award. So as you said, real knowledge means knowing oneself. I am soul. Then knowing God. Then after knowing this, what is the relationship between me and God? Then how to establish. So that is what given. So the relationship we can establish through. Yeah, exactly. Chanting the holy name. That's why we chant daily. Chanting is something like we are talking with God. That's why we should not sleep while chanting. जनरली लोग सुबह सुबह माला दे देंगे थोड़ा ऐसा मेडिटेशन करते नींद भी आ सकती सो रिलेशनशिप वी कैन मेक टू चैंटिंग द नेम ऑफ द गॉड so with this we are ending this section now we are going to begin next section is like from the verse number 17 to 26 we are going to see liberation how many of you know the word liberation means salvation what exactly means mukti but you are telling in the translation only in different language what exactly out of what cycle yeah birth old age disease there that is means the cycle keeps goes on right see this body keeps on changing every second the body is changing every second the nail is growing hair is growing but we cannot see that because it is growing so fast and it is growing very milli centimeter or diameter something we say very micro level it is growing we cannot see one day we will come to know अरे बाल बढ़ गए काट में अरे nail बढ़ गया because our eyes doesn't have this capacity to see like now this fan see how many blades are there can you see that how many blades because it is rotating very speed our eyes doesn't have the capacity to see so liberation means that's what that mukti. Mukti means coming out from the cycle of birth, old age, disease, death. Why that is problem? Okay, whenever we get body, there is some suffering. So we saw real problem is there are three criteria are there. किसी को याद है? स्टाल पे आते स्टाल पे बताते भी. What is the real problem and why this birth, old age, disease, death as a problem? This is natural. People say ना ये nature है कुछ नहीं कर सकते. No one can do so. They thought no, we cannot do anything. Scientists cannot do means then that's it. There is no solution. No solution is there. Why it is problem? What are the three criteria we say? How to understand that this is problem? The three criteria is no one wants, yet everyone gets. Anybody wants that? No. इसलिए थोड़ा भी उंगली कुछ हो गया, लाइक लेप्रेसी आ गया, मतलब कितना भी पैसा ले लो ये ठीक है पहले। somebody gets AIDS, पूरा प्रॉपर्टी भी देंगे, आप देंगे 10 लाख में ठीक करूंगा, मेरे पास 10 लाख ही है, फिर सोचेंगे ठीक है पहले हेल्थ को ठीक करेंगे। नो वन सी बेटर डाई 10 लाख आई वांट, इट इज फूलिशनेस राइट? व्हाई? आफ्टर यू डाई व्हाट विल हैपन टू द 10 लाख? So because nobody wants death, still everyone gets. Second criteria is it is common to all. अभी प्रॉब्लम पूछेंगे, सबके पास प्रॉब्लम है, छोटा बच्चे के पास भी प्रॉब्लम है। छोटा बच्चे बोलते मम्मी मुझे कार्टून देखने के लिए नहीं छोड़ते, मोबाइल नहीं देते गेम के लिए, खेलने के लिए नहीं छोड़ते, दे आल्सो हैव प्रॉब्लम। Everybody has different problem, but this problem is common to all because no one wants to die, but everyone has to die. And the other one, no one can, yeah, yes, no one can escape from this. Even you go to best of the doctor, best medicine you bring, best hospital you go, still one has to die. So similarly, old age. No one wants to become old, right? थोड़ा white hair आ गया बस, then immediately ये die वो die. That's why this cosmetics, so many creams. So because no one wants to become old, and nobody wants disease, but disease still come. We take so many precautions. Corona time, so much precautions we took, but still people die, people suffer. So that's why this is the problem. Birth also problem because yeah, one if you take birth, one has to die. One become old, one become disease. On top of it, mother womb also one has to suffer. So that's why one has to come out from this cycle. That is called the liberation. So that liberation how we get by focusing on the super soul. So we discussed three type of yogis. Four type. Anybody remember? Karma yogi. No, karma pandit. There doesn't come under yoga. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga. So according to their level, they focus on different things. So Jnana Yoga, he focus on Brahman. And Ashtanga Yogi, he focus on Super Soul. He meditates and see within that soul, Super Soul. Super Soul is, that is Super Soul, or Paramatma. And Bhakta, he sees Bhagavan, Krishna, directly. So still, since we are discussing about Ashtanga Yogi, so this chapter is, they focus on Super Soul. When one's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuge are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds right on the path of liberation. So how one gets liberation is given. So purify, one has to purify the mind. मतलब क्या है? मन को शुद्धिकरण करना है. पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग. ऑफ कोर्स कपड़ा का शुद्धिकरण करना है, हमको मालूम है, भिगा हुआ सोप पानी में वाश करते, बट मन मन किधर है? व्हाट बॉडी माइंड इज? Mind is what kind of body? There are two types of bodies there, right? Exactly. Gross body and subtle body. Gross body means this is, which is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Subtle body is mind, intelligence, and ego. Subtle means we cannot see, right? You might have studied in physics. Subtle things will be there. So how to purify the mind? अभी हाथ गंदा हो गया, सेंसर्स कुछ सेंसर्स गंदा हो गया, टंग गंदा हो गया, मतलब टंग क्लीनर इज देयर, क्लीन, बट माइंड हाउ टू प्यूरिफाई? What? How you remove? Positive mind, meditation. Yeah, he said right answer. Chanting. Of course, meditation is kind of chanting. We say japa meditation, but only meditation means we cannot do no. That is what Arjuna also told. Arjuna is still very powerful personality, skillful. He himself told, I cannot control mind. Mind is very difficult. to control. It comes in next chapter. Fully about mind it comes. What is mind? How much troublesome it is? It comes. हमको लगता है ना मन इतना परेशान करते हैं, कभी कभी लगता है मेरा दिमाग ठीक नहीं है, हम बोलते ना इतना परेशान पकड़ के कितना मुश्किल करते हैं माइंड. So that can be calmed down by chanting. So chanting means what? Chanting what? Mahamantra. So there are many mantras are there. Gayatri mantra, like this, many mantras, but this is Maha mantra. Because Lord has seen this Kaliuga species, especially living human beings, very special. They will not do anything. They only want enjoyment only. So because in those days that you see people doesn't drink much. Maybe 100 years before also you might have heard. We were not there. Might have heard they don't do smoking, drinking. If they want to drink, those days this what do you call it? Wine shop. It will be outside the village. It will not be inside or within the village. It will, people have to go outside village. They can do that. And they can come. Even for smoking also there is some separate place. ऐसा नहीं कभी भी किधर भी सबको मुंह में नहीं, because that was that culture they were following. Now the culture is so much it is degrading. People they don't want to follow anything. So Lord taught something very easiest thing I want to give, and that too very powerful. So that's why he gave this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Hare Krishna Mahamantra it is given in Kali Santarna Upanishad. There is an Upanishad for Kali Yuga. What should be done? In that Upanishad it is given Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam, Kalu Nastava, Nastava, Gadiramita. So this is given in Narada Puran. Kali Santarna, many Upanishad, many places it is given. Idi Sotsaka Nam, Kali Kalma Sanasini. So this is given in Kali Santarna. There is 16 bad. Idi Sotsaka. Sotsaka means 16 bad. Kali Kalma Sanasana means Kali all the things it will. Kalmasa means contamination, it will remove. So there is Matta Parator Naya. There is no other way. Very clearly told. You can't do meditation, you cannot do yajna, you cannot do temple worship. This is the only thing. Sarva Vedesu Drishyate means all the Vedas telling this only. So what is that? Then it comes Hare Krishna, 4 words. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, 8. Hare Rama, 12. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is this 16 words. Lord is very specifically given. By doing this, one can be relieved from the contamination of mind. इसलिए इसको mantra बोलते हैं. Man, mind, tra. Remove the mind from all the sufferings. Tra means delivery. Mantra. So how to purify the intelligence then? With our mind, how should we purify? See, once the mind is purified means even you are a student or you are working. So man, आपको इधर पढ़ाई करना है मुझे. Then you can only read. Mind doesn't go anything. You can read in 2 minutes, 3 minutes when it's such a big subject, you can very easily grasp. Because mind is focused. Teacher भी बोलते हैं ना, focus करो इधर. Be attentive. In our time, teacher, when I was studying in college, she says that physically all of you present, but mentally everybody is absent. पता नहीं इधर कैसे है अभी सब लोग देखते भी ओके भी बोलते पर मन किधर है. अरे घर जाना है, कब छोड़ेंगे, प्रसाद भी कब आएंगे, मन में क्या है पता नहीं. दिस थिंग्स विल मेक ऑन मेनी थिंग्स. घर में ऐसा लड़ाई करके आ गया मैं. So this mind is should be focused. So that can be done through by chanting the holy name. Then intelligence. So why intelligence has to be purified? What is the problem? Is there wrong intelligence? Yes. Any example? Like see, who is that fellow who crashed that Twins Tower? Huh? Sorry? The Twin Tower in US. So this fellow is a civil engineer. There are construction and destruction. 2 parties there in civil engineering. So he is studying destruction part, and he is not something ordinary person. He is a state level ranker. State level, such a intelligent he had, but where he used wrongly. Why that wrong intelligence is? Why he applied that intelligence wrongly? Because of no proper training, no proper knowledge. He used when people why they are creating bomb. They can use for some good purpose that intelligence, but they are using for destruction. They have to use for construction. Something they have to create, not destroy. So because that intelligence is working wrongly, they are taking wrong input. So this wrong intelligence can be purified by giving knowledge, proper knowledge. So knowledge where we can get? Huh? Guru, very good. Guru also from where we will get? Don't say other guru. Of course, that is proper, correct only. He has his guru. Scripture. Scripture is where we get that knowledge. It's a manual, right? We call that like mobile के लिए manual देते, catalog बोलते ना, user guide बोलते क्या? User guide बोल के देते. So like anything you buy a device, it is given one manual in order to how to use that device. Similarly for body also, this is a device. Inside that soul is sitting to drive it. So for that, the manual is given is scripture. What should be done? What should not be done? If I do good, what will happen? If I do bad, what will happen? If I do bhakti, what will happen? Everything is given. Scripture. So intelligence can be purified by studying scripture. Then senses. Senses में ठीक है ना क्लीन कर सकते ना कुछ गंदा हो गया मतलब मैंने बताया people cleanses ear, nose, tongue. They are cleaning skin also. Those soap कितना soap ले डालते हैं clean हो गया. Is that cleaning? So how we can, that is external cleaning. So then how we can clean the senses? Any idea? Means correct what you are saying is by engaging in the service of Lord. Like leg also is a limb. We can walk. Now you came by walk to temple. Now we are hearing. The sense of ear is utilized. Seeing. You took darshan of Lord. I don't know if you took or not. Maybe you may take also while doing. So like this, we can purify the senses. So once we purify everything, then the mind doesn't go behind this wrong enjoyment. So for that, one has to do this regular sadhana. By doing this, sadhana means, like in our temple, we have also sadhana. Sadhana means practice. What kind of practice? Spiritual practice. We get up daily. I get up 3:45. So we have to get ready and come to temple by 4:30. So 4:32 until 9 o'clock, Bhagavad class, the morning program goes. Many devotees will come. 1, 2, 3. He also came 4. So he comes daily, Raviraj. So daily they come and they have practiced that. So what all we do japa meditation there. So by doing mind will be purified. And then we hear classes, that is intelligence. So senses, there is some kind of services also will be there. So by doing that, you are fully purified, then you will get proper direction, what should be done. So in this way, one gets this complete knowledge, then the liberation will be possible. Salvation, as I said. So here is one important sloka. So here it is said, if someone is in complete knowledge, what is his vision? That this sloka says. We'll recite this sloka. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Suni Saiva Svapakecha Pandita Samadharshina. Okay. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision. His vision will be very equal. What is the equal vision? A land and gentle Brahmana means a Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. He sees everyone equally. It doesn't discriminate. He may be a dog also, he may be a Brahmana also. He sees everyone equally. Means what? Okay. Anything else? Equal vision seeing means on what basis he is seeing equal vision? So body is differing. Even now we are human body. General human means the very high class living entity we can say. Because he can control even elephant also. Circus में हम देख सकते हैं elephant डरते तो ring master को. If he thinks he can just take the trunk and roll and throw him, that fellow will die. But that doesn't think that intelligence is not there. Human being has a super intelligence. He can control everything. Other living entities, elephant also. So on what basis, in other way, you see even amongst human beings also, there is discrimination. You are black, साइड पे जाओ, साथ में पास में मत आ जाओ, और अब नीचे जाति से पहले था वो, अभी नहीं है, अभी सब नीचे जाति हो गया. So in those days they don't allow inside temple also those people. Even now also you go some temples they don't allow inside because niche jati means on what basis their uh, what they eat, what activity they do is there na varna ashrama. So accordingly it will come. So this person he sees everyone in soul platform. The soul is there in everybody. Now we are in human body means it doesn't mean that we were not in some other body. Maybe a dog body also in last birth. Now I got human body. So this body keeps on changing. So he knows that knowledge and he sees everyone equally and treats equally. There is a outcast is there. How many varnas are there? What are they? Vaishya. Below other three are there. They are outcast. Melecha. Melecha means cow eater. Then comes Yavana and comes Chandala. Chandala is dog eater. पता नहीं हमारे साइड में लोग गाली देते चंडाला बोलते मतलब इतना नीचे वाले के बोलते चंडाला मीन्स इज ए डॉग ईटर देन एवना मीन्स ही ईट्स एवरीथिंग in simple term British westerners they eat cow meat so much they comes under this melecha category and dog eater is I think German this side they eat exactly China they eat everything. Some new animal you bring, you will get more price. Really, I saw one video that clip. उसको नया आया मतलब उसको टेस्ट करना है उसकी आपको पैसा ज्यादा देते. So they are called avanas. They eat everything. So these are outcast. Even them also this pandit is a pandita sama darshana. Sama means equal. Darshana means vision. His vision will be same because he is pandita. He sees everywhere the soul is there. But the thing why he is behaving like that because he is covered. He doesn't have the knowledge. He is in ignorance. You can see that maybe in Tukaram Maharaj also movie and who is that other here who wrote this Rameswari Bhagavad Gita. That some other saints are there in Maharashtra also. They also you might have seen in one movie. Tukaram movie also I saw some old person, some low caste person will come. Tukaram Maharaj helped him also. So because they see that equal vision, they don't discriminate. So this is what here it is given. So we'll see. So that equanimity is there. That is, they see everywhere soul only. Everybody is soul only. So they don't give trouble to others, and they will not be troubled by others. So there are two things are there. Some people they trouble everyone, and they find happiness in that. Yes. Some people everyone trouble him. जैसे मैं कुछ नहीं करते सभी लोग मुझे परेशान करते कोई नहीं करेंगे वो सोच वो परेशान नहीं रहेंगे कुछ आएगा क्या करेंगे पता नहीं so some but this pandita is he never trouble others he will not be in trouble also somebody gives trouble also he considers this because of my sinful activity I am suffering he will not bother so in general religion should teach morality at least because morality is a basic level like one should not how these things goes like from town to religion I return. Like when I was not town also, you can say street. When I was studying in school, generally you are studying in school, that time you see, na, we both from same street. We identify. We will become friend. So then you go little big school like primary bros and you go to secondary or high level, higher secondary school you go. Then you see we are both from same town. Or you get job now. Now you go to out of state. Then you see that I'm Maharashtrian. So we identify, na? We both are Maharashtrian. So you go to some country outside. Then you say, are you from India? I am also Indian. So somewhere we are trying to identify. That identification is very strong within us. So that's why we think I am this body. We identify I am this body. But Pandit, he doesn't identify like that because he has that knowledge. Okay, those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the condition of birth and death. So that's what I said. One who is in this knowledge, he doesn't have any birth only. That is called liberation. They are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. Okay, this is what I said: birth, old age, disease, death. You can remember like this: body. B for birth, O for old age, D for so another D is not there. That's why we given Emerald. Emerald is a death personified, right? Hey, बोलते ना Emerald है. So that's how you can remember. These four things, one who is coming out, that is liberation. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant, nor lament upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows that science of God is already situated in transcendence. Okay, generally we become happy if I get pleasurable things, which pleasing me. We get very much disturbed when something is unpleased. Like we saw, everyone wants appreciation, right? कौन किया इतना अच्छा लाइक टीम वर्क वी डू जनरली तो कौन किया इतना अच्छा है मैंने नहीं किया हम बोलते नहीं टीम वर्क ये गलती कौन किया बोले इनको मैं बताया था तो जनरली वी डोंट वांट टू टेक इट कौन किया इतना अच्छा मैं कौन ये इतना गलती किया इमीडिएटली वी शो हैंड ये किया मैंने बताया था मैं बताया मुझे मालूम भी था so we want only appreciation. So this material world, the happiness, whatever we are getting is very temporary. Why it is temporary? Anybody knows? कुछ दिन अच्छा लगता है बाद में चले जाते हैं. What is the reason? Why that happiness is temporary? We want permanent happiness, right? That's why we endeavor. Fixed deposit भी करते हैं. कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होना चाहिए मुझे. फ्यूचर में मुझे प्रॉब्लम नहीं होना चाहिए. इसलिए डिपॉजिट सब कुछ करते हैं. But why that happiness is temporary? Okay, our desires keeps on increasing. ये मिल गया मतलब बस हम शांति हो नहीं थे और इसका आगे जाना चाहिए ये मिल गया उसका आ गया ओके एनीथिंग एल्स हाँ okay one way that is also reason we can say because that karma goes on anything our question is why it is temporary of course we are finding happiness in wrong thing but we are getting happiness right that is exact correct answer the body is temporary this world is temporary so you see everything is temporary only here the youth is temporary the youth only we want more enjoyment right because बहुत ताकत है उस समय enjoyment that mentality comes in this youth only no one wants to become old that's why because in youth only you can enjoy a lot if when you are child at that time you know you will not get anything पैसा भी नहीं रहते mostly you will get chocolate or something like that but in youth you can work also you can enjoy also more so that is also temporary so and on top of it in order to achieve that happiness you have to struggle a lot which enjoyment के लिए पैसा चाहिए उसके लिए जॉब के लिए जाना है ना you can say in Mumbai train how they will go in train local train their air also cannot go inside इतना पूरा लॉक करके ऐसा जाते लोग I had that death rate is so high in this local train ऐसा कुछ तो हफ्ते में 2-3 लोग मर जाते because of overload they cannot hold that someday leave and they will die something like so they have to struggle a lot for the job also so the self-realized soul knows this so that's why it doesn't try to find happiness in this temporary material world temporary senses temporary body he knows that he only tries to how to come out and get that permanent happiness so Lord says once you go to spiritual world you will not come back here until you are here you are going to suffer इसलिए भगवान बोलते दुखालय दिस इज द वर्ल्ड ऑफ मिसरी दुख इधर आपको दुख ही मिलेगा किधर भी घूम के आ जाए इधर ही आना पड़ेगा तो गेम खेलते ना दरवाजा खोल के फिर इधर क्या इधर ही आ so like that you try I can escape from this door I can escape from this then finally you find yourself there only so dukhalaya alaya means what do you call Alayam? Place like Buddhagalayam. You can find so many books. This Dukkalayam, you find different varieties of sufferings. So Lord himself, though, this is Dukkalayam. So Lord has kept us in jail, right? Like government keeps us in jail. For what? We have to change ourselves. Like this Lord has given. This jail, very big jail. You cannot go out also. Jail से लोग भाग जाते, but this is we cannot go out. So a person who is self-realized, he will not realize this. We'll stop with this sloka. Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pressure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self-realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the supreme. What is that pleasure within means? ठीक है, प्रेशर विथिन मतलब अंदर से, मतलब हमको मालूम कुछ आइसक्रीम खाएंगे अच्छा लगता है, एक्सटर्नली इनसाइड क्या प्रेशर है? ओके, इंटरनल एंड एक्सटर्नल पेन. बिफोर सीइंग प्लेजर विल सी पेन. पेन मतलब एक्सटर्नल पेन मालूम है, पैर टूट गया, हाथ टूट गया, दुखता है, बट इंटरनल पेन मीन्स अभी कोई आपको डांट दिया, ऐसा नहीं आपको दुखता है, इधर हाथ दुख रहा है, क्यों डांट रहे हैं, डांटो मत, हाथ बहुत दुख रहा है, ऐसा बोलते नहीं इनको, बट अंदर से दुखता है ना, अंदर से दुखता है. इज माई बेस्ट फ्रेंड, बट ही थॉट आई एम बैड पर्सन. आई डिड नॉट डू मिस्टेक, बट ही थॉट आई डिड दैट मिस्टेक. हमको कितना दुख लगता है. ओके, यू कैन नॉट अनेबल टू रिलेट. लाइक you try to propose one girl, she told no, so how much pain you will get? Now everybody is smiling. Now you could understand, because है ना, बहुत दुख है, लोग सुसाइड भी करते हैं, है कि नहीं? Because that internal pain is uh, very high that compared to this external. कोई मार सुसाइड नहीं करते, वो पैर दुख रहा है मैं सुसाइड करता हूँ, ऐसा कोई नहीं करते. हाथ दुख रहा है ऐसा कोई नहीं, बट he's chastised me very badly in front of some important person whom I feel important. So people may do suicide also, and some love broken, some friendship broken. So because of that internal pain, people are ready to commit suicide, because internal pain is so severe than external. Of course, external pain also sometimes people so very horrible disease they get, but internal is too much, too heavy. Similarly, internal happiness also very high than external. So that's why spiritual, whenever we say you chant, you will be happy. We say, I cannot show it. ऐसा नहीं तुरंत एक गुलाब जामुन लेंगे, हाँ अच्छा है, सन मजा आ रहा है, पर चैंटिंग में ऐसा नहीं एक बार ऐसा नहीं आ रहे. The people are not ready to accept, but it takes time. Once you get that happiness, then you cannot leave it. That's what here it is given. What is that? Pleasure within means. So this self-realized souls, he meditate on Paramatma. In this way, he gets that happiness. Why I have to tell this material example? Then you can realize somewhat. Of course, उधर भी कुछ तो है, वो संतुष्ट मिल रहा है. So this yogis, they meditate and they get that happiness within them. So there they will get such a peace of mind. Yes, right. So they get this such a peace of mind, and then like this many other things we can say, that intelligence will become very sharp, focused. That more than happiness we say bliss. आनंदा बोलते हैं ना, आनंद, बहुत आनंद मिलता है. आनंद ये संतुष्ट के भी ऊपर है. समवॉट इट इज काइंड ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल वी कैन से. संतुष्ट कुछ भी मिलता है, कुछ भी होता है संतुष्ट मिलता है ना, अच्छा लगता है. वो भी थोड़ा अच्छा लगता है, पर ये संतुष्ट है, ये आनंद नहीं. बट आनंद इज समथिंग वेरी हायर दैट कैन बी डन व्हाइल चैंटिंग. सो दैट्स व्हाट इट इज डिस्कस्ड हियर. सो दैट इज व्हाट कृष्ण कॉन्शियसनेस इज, दिस इस्कॉन इज गिविंग दैट. उसको लेने के लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल है, बट in the beginning it will be difficult. You know sugar cane. Which part of sugar cane is tasty? Upper or down? Bottom. Bottom is very tasty, not upside. So material happiness is like eating sugar cane from down to up. पहले अच्छा लगता है, खुजली कहते हैं पहले अच्छा लगता है, करो करो है कि नहीं, कुछ भी अच्छा, थोड़ा करो 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 करो, ज्यादा करते करते क्या होता है, पूरा रेडिश हो जाते, खून भी निकल जाता है. So you eat sweetness, then sweetness reduces, then पत्ता भी आ जाता है, बहुत कड़वा. But spiritual is from top to bottom. पहले पत्ता, इसलिए तुरंत मना कर देते हैं, नहीं मंदिर में नया होगा ये वो बिस्किट है उसको, but gradually the sweetness will increase. It can be realized, it cannot be uh, told by words, but the knowledge can be given. Like this, how soul is existing. I cannot show you. See, यही आत्मा है देखो, ऐसा ही रहता है. I cannot show, but symptoms are there. What are the symptoms? Whether the soul is existing or not. बहुत क्लास हम बताए फिर. What are the symptoms? How we can understand the soul is existing?
So it's it's not
No, no. My question is, how can you prove there is soul? Body, everyone can say I am existing. This body is existing, everyone can see. Soul, how can you prove? Cannot see, right?
आपने एग्जांपल दिया ये मेरा हाथ
हाँ
मैं नहीं
हाँ, ये मेरा हाथ हम बोलते हैं, यही मैं हाथ नहीं बोलते. ये मेरा पैर, मैं ये पैर नहीं बोलते. सब बॉडी पार्ट मेरा मेरा ही बोलते हैं. फिर मैं कौन हूँ? If someone cuts my hand also, I survive. Cuts my leg also, I survive. There are people there. So मेरा मतलब किसका है? अब मेरा मोबाइल मतलब मैं मोबाइल नहीं. मेरा हाथ मतलब मैं हाथ नहीं. मेरा मतलब किसका है? That is soul. Any other example? Good, you give.
कई बार ना ऐसे होता है कि लोग ना बल्क लेते उनको पिछले जन्म का याद है।
हाँ, वेरी गुड. रीइंकार्नेशन. लोगों को पिछले जन्म के भी याद आते हैं. वो साइंटिफिकली प्रूवन इट इज. एंड स्टीवनसन, देयर इज अ डॉक्टर साइकियाट्रिस्ट. He has proven, he has dealt with so many cases. Reincarnation, very good. Anything else? Okay. Without soul, as soon as dies, the body cannot act. So that is, it's like people after dies they cry, right? ये example कोई नहीं दिया. Prabhupada हमेशा देते हैं example. After someone dies, people why they are crying? मेरे को छोड़ के गया बोलते, अरे उधर ही पड़ा है, किधर भी नहीं गया. छोड़ के गया मतलब क्या छोड़ के गया? That is soul. So in this way we can understand. So this type of knowledge, that is what is given in Bhakti. Any question? We'll stop here. If you have any question, you can ask. Does anybody give that attendance? आप लोग थोड़ा लेट है ना, उनको पास कर दो. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we will stop here. Yeah, prasadam is there below. क्या है आज? पाव भाजी. ठीक है. Today's menus. Any question? Okay, you can go Mukunda Hall down. As soon as you get down from step, opposite Mukunda Hall will be there. You can please take prasadam and go there. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.